Shout out to
I'm at
all
this
of you
phase of my
men
life
that are
where I
holding
only want
up
the
your
best for me.
home, your house. I know that
The
can be
best.
a tough job, but you are the head of the home. So I want to speak to you all today. And I just want to share today, and I want to say to you all, men, and I just got to writing this in my, so I'm just going to read it just like I have it here. And it says, as a man, you are the head of the household. Therefore, you have controlled and control the atmosphere of your home. Whether you realized it or not, if your home has no peace, you must create an atmosphere of peace. If your home has no love, you must create an atmosphere of love. You, as the head of the household, must create the atmosphere that you want. And that is also an atmosphere that is great for those that occupy the home. Imagine if you had a daughter. I asked this question. If your daughter was married and her husband treated her the way that you treat your wife, honestly, how would that make you feel? I say, imagine that you have a daughter. Supposedly you don't have a daughter, you do have a daughter. So if you do have a daughter, imagine that if your daughter was married to a man and that man treated your daughter the way that you treat your wife, how would that make you feel? If you're not happy about that answer, then you need to work on how you are treating your wife. Let's look on it from another perspective. You, as your mother's son, if your mother's husband or your mother's, let's say your mother's husband's not necessarily is the father, your father, he could be a bonus dad or a stepdad. But if your mother was being treated by her husband, if your mother was being treated by her husband, how would that make you feel? The way that you treat your wife. Same thing comparing to your wife. Your wife is someone's child. She's someone's daughter, and your wife also has sons. Okay, so how do your sons revisit the treatment of their mother by you in their minds? How does your sons or your son, how many ever you have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, how many ever, how does your children, your sons, revisit your treatment of their mother, whom they love dearly? Think about a mother carrying a child for 9 months, if they make it that long, okay? A bond, a connection that man won't ever experience, okay? But to actually feel the kicks, as the mother feel the kicks from within, etc., and to actually birth, to expel that child or children, how many ever came out at that particular time that she gave birth? Wow. This, think about this precious soul or those precious souls that came from that mother's body, your wife. After all the months, it can be a relief for the mother, but it can also be a remorse because something so precious is introduced into a world of many evils. Almost saddens me. And I'm sure it almost saddens the mother, one that truly cares. A mother and a father that truly cares. Life begins outside the womb, but was also existing inside the womb. But as some of you may say, and many have said, there is purpose for us all. If you made it through the womb, if you made it here and you are alive listening today, there is purpose for your life. But remember this. Everyone in your household is alive, right? Their emotions, their feelings help create the atmosphere of that home. You got to be in the right headspace for yourself. But how can the head create an environment if he's more absent from the home than present in the home? Think about it. The job takes from the home. School takes from the home. Where is the necessary QT? Where's the necessary quality time? Children are sent off to school to be taught by total strangers. So what are our children being taught in the school systems? It's great to have communication with these teachers to see where their headspace is. Because if they're not in a good headspace, what's being taught to our children or our child or your children, it can be detrimental to their lives later on. It can be scarring. So that's why it is so important, men, as the head of the household, to inquire about your child or your children's day. How was your day? What made you happy? What made you sad? Or what embarrassed you? Or what are you feeling today? How can I help to make it better for you? How are you feeling now? Is there anything I can do to make it better for you? If so, tell me how. Ask your wife about her day, some questions that you ask your children or your child. But you must be in the right headspace to remain calm, to remain peaceful, to remain loving and understanding while receiving the intake of the output of those that occupy your home. Have a round table meeting where you all can discuss individually with the father, you as the head, one on one with the child or the children, and then the wife, and then you all can have this round table collectively where you just let them know how much you appreciate them, how much you love them, and if you have had some flaws through the week or that day or erred in some type of way, apologize. Even if you don't think you need to apologize, just apologize. Say that you're sorry. Do it anyway. Let them know, each one of them, that how valuable they are to you, how important they are to you in their own unique way. If it's chaos, that means there's chaos in your life. If there's no love, that means there's no love in your life. There's no peace, that means there's no peace in your life. So what if you come home and you find dishes in the sink and maybe the garbage needs to be taken out, and you've been at work all day and the house is not in order? Things may not be just the way that you would have them to be, but think about this. How is your children? How is your child? How is your wife? They may feel the way the house look. Find dishes break. Yes, garbage is trash. It can be taken out, but see what trash is trying to hold on to your wife or your children. See what's broken within them. They're more valuable than the trash. They're more valuable than the dishes. They're more valuable than the home that you occupy. They are the home. So focus more on what's on the inside of your family than what's on the inside of the house, because your family makes up the house. Your family makes up the home. Let them truly know that you appreciate them, that you love them. Even go to them, your wife and the children, and ask them questions. Ask your wife, how can I be a better husband? Ask your children, how can I be a better father? If you are a bonus dad or a stepfather, ask them, how can you be a better asset of who you are in their lives? Children get angry when they lash out, you not my daddy. Truth is, you're not their biological father, though you may have been there for them as a father, but you're not their biological father. That is truth. That's okay. Let the children see the love that you have for their mother, because the treatment that your children see of you towards their mother will affect them for life. They have a knowing when things concern their mother. And my son most definitely knows when something's not right with his mom. Introduce your child into a marriage if their father is not there, or even the mother. You may not be the biological parent. And as for boys, it's kind of rough for a child to not be able to speak with his father as a biological father. But there are some that stands in the gap. Now, it's one thing for that child's father to be deceased, but it's another if that father is existing in this life and that child can't even talk to his dad. Men who are absent from your children's life, get it together. I pray that you make amends with your child. They didn't ask to be here. So everything we do, always know that it affects our children or our child. Who we converse with, who we intertwine with. Every decision that we make does not affect only us. So the way that you love on your wife affects the way the children see you. As you love on your wife, you're actually loving on your children. There is a certain bond that a mother has with her child, especially boys. So imagine the absence of a biological father not being in his son's life. A male should never lack the presence of a male figure in his upbringing. It is much needed. Most definitely, if not, anger can take place. Femininity takes place. Men, love on your family each day as if that new day was your last day, because it very well could be. I love y'all. Go and love on your family, men. Create the atmosphere that you want for your home.